And good morning, everyone. We should be live. I think it's saying going live. Okay, we are live now. Hopefully everybody's doing great on this Sunday morning. I don't even know what the date. March 5th. It's actually my dad's birthday today. So that's cool. We are live and we're going to talk about a couple things today, and you guys could ask questions. I'll try to answer them if I can. Oops, just moving my phone over. Let me say hi to a few of you. Frederick, good morning, everyone. I was able to get one of the WiFiMan Wizards. Nice. I already have one. Or I've had one for a little bit, and we'll talk about it. Mike, good morning. Jim, the IT guy. Bruce, how's it going? Steve. Kevin, Kim. Major tendonitis from BC. Ryan Sharp, how's it going? Max, good morning from Germany. Isabel from Dubai. Awesome. That's actually far away. Dubai looks very nice. The cats, they don't go outside in the snow, so they don't really know about it. I think we brought in snow before for them to touch. We took them for a walk 2 weeks ago because it was fairly warm out, and they were all right with it. Let's see. My dad is probably out with, or going out with my brother. I couldn't go today because I got some stuff to do. Whoops. David, good morning. Arden, Jason's Lab, good morning. Oh yeah, good morning. How's it going? I need to get some more coffee into me. I think this is my third one. I woke up this morning and I went back to bed. I was up at like 5 or something, and then I was doing a couple things on the computer. Like, you know what? Why am I up? Let's go back to bed. Manny, good morning. Wislow, Timothy, Ali. And Timothy, I got to get back to you on your email. I did see you had a couple questions about Unify Talk, or Unify Access. Gamers New Republic, I got the CloudKey Gen 2, and I want to know why your Unify OS shows your ISP logo and mine doesn't. It all depends. I'm not too sure. What ISP do you use? Tell us. Spaceman, how's it going? Glenn from Nova Scotia. Robert, how's it going? Good morning. And Zach, good morning. Who else is saying? Oh, we got another good morning coming in here. Ferris, good morning. How's it going? So yeah, yesterday, I think most of the East Coast got like a pretty, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Got a pretty big snowstorm. So I was outside shoveling the snow for about 2 hours. I don't have a snowblower yet. And I was like 2 seconds from being done. And of course the snowplow comes by and they pushed the snow and it was well past my knees. And that was heavy frickin' snow. And it was hot out yesterday too. So it ended up melting, but yeah, that was a pain. I really should get a snowblower. Leaving on a backpacking trip. Oh, that should be fun. U6 wall access points. You know what's funny? I didn't get any notifications from. I used UI Notify as well, and I haven't got any notifications from there. I realized like somebody posted in the Ubiquity Facebook group saying that the G4 Doorbell Pros were in stock, and I haven't got any notifications. Anyone have any insight? The topology is just always buggy. Yeah, I'm not too sure why it wouldn't show SHA. Not 100% sure. Maybe it's just not, they don't have SHA in their database. DIY, how's it going? Kevin from Brooklyn. Okay. So let's talk about the WiFiMan. Usually when new things come out, I drop a video like that day. So I was waiting for an email back from my Ubiquity contact, because the ones from EA, which is this, I don't know if I could go full screen here. Can I? I'm going to try. If my face doesn't show up. Oh, it does. Okay, cool. So see how the ring is like this? They've redesigned it. So when they redesign stuff, we're not really allowed to do videos on it because it's totally changed. You can see the package here, it's changed. The ring is on this side. The ring is on this side. The case is changed where I believe you could use it as like a Apple, you know, that Apple Mag, whatever, a MagSafe. So you could clip it to the back of your phone. So I messaged my contact. I'm like, can I still do a video on this one, or do you guys need to send me a new one? They said I could, but I need to say that it's an EA and obviously the case has changed. There's not a whole lot to it. It's a spectrum analyzer, and that's really it. It doesn't go much further than that, but I will do a video. Maybe it'll come out tomorrow, maybe Tuesday. We'll see. And it's $99. I know the comments that I'm gonna get you could get this for free. You could do this for free. Well, some people want to have like an external device doing it, and on iOS, it's a lot harder to do for free. You saw the G4 Doorbell Pro today. I don't know if the Canadian store has it. Probably doesn't. No. So my vendor, they have like 40 of these left, and I need to grab one for a client, but I'm waiting for them to confirm the job before we go ahead and purchase. I've Comcast and it doesn't show up. Yeah, I saw Chris do it. I don't think he reached out to the contacts, or he didn't, because he was showing the EA version that he had. So, I mean, our videos are going to be pretty similar because there's not really much to it. It's a spectrum analyzer. It's going to show us what's on the 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. Yes, your access points do that. But the difference with this, you can move around with it, and then you could see how the environment changes. I mean, these are for the people that these are geared towards are like home users or people who maybe deploy very small business networks. If you're doing more than that, you need a more professional tool, and we're going to talk about that. Yes, smash the like button. We got 73 people here, 11 likes. Actually, let me go to my Twitter, because there's this thing. Actually, I'm going to reach out to them. See if they'll give me a free license, because I want to do some videos on it. If not, I'm just going to buy it. Twitter loads so slow. I forgot the name of it. Let me see here. Where the heck did I put? Oh, here it is. Oops, I don't want the... There we go. I think we talked about this last week as well, but we'll get into some other Wi-Fi testing tools. If you're trying to do, like, if you're running a business and you're doing this as your profession, like, to properly plan networks, you might want something a little more powerful than this. I think it's a great little tool, though. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I have a question. I've been watching a lot of your videos recently and was wondering why Ubiquiti products you use on job site. Do you use other products as well? Mostly Ubiquiti. We'll use pfSense once in a while. Why I use Ubiquiti? Because Ubiquiti is great. Everybody's got different opinions on it. I mean, it doesn't matter. People will say, oh no, go with Cisco Meraki. Like, who cares? Use what you like and that's it, right? I like Ubiquiti, so I use Ubiquiti. There's nothing wrong with you. Like, I like pfSense as well. I just like Ubiquiti. I love the ecosystem. I'd like to see an RG45 jack built into the new doorbell. Yeah, that would be nice. That would have been really nice if they would have done it for the new G4 Doorbell Pro. The upgrade at my mom's house, I decided I'm probably going to wait till the summer or at least the spring, because right now it doesn't look like super nice outside. Where she is, she's like up on a rock in this town in Ontario, which is like cottage country. So on the rock, and she could see this huge waterfront. I think it would make for better video when we go in the summer. They don't need the cameras right away. Really, I'm just doing it for a video. They already have Wi-Fi, and their Wi-Fi works well. Does Fluke do Wi-Fi analysis though? I know Fluke does like cable testing. Well, they don't do 6 gigahertz, but a lot of places aren't even using 6 gigahertz yet. But I guess, I mean, I get what you mean. Like, if you're going to buy something new, might as well have, you know, the newest thing out there. Jeff, good morning. How's it going? Yeah, I'm not sure why it wouldn't show those icons on there. It worked fine for me. I don't know if anybody else. Maybe try posting in the community forums or in the Discord. How stable is the UI 2.4 Dream Machine upgrade? It's been stable. I pushed my customers out to it. I haven't had any issues. I'd hardwire my Ecobee and smart switches and so we pretty much hardwire everything, but we have companies that just want Wi-Fi only. They like where was I? I just quoted a job. And they just wanted Wi-Fi access points. They didn't want any hard cables. I'm like, all right, well, Like their printer was the only thing that had a hard cable going to it. You never could find the like button. It depends where you are, like what system you're using, but it's all good. I think I upset people by calling out some Unify complainers. Yeah, maybe. TikTok community is very TikTok or it doesn't matter which platform you're on, but TikTok and Instagram. So I did the video the other day, which is shown in this, like the thumbnail, about taking the Hikvision system out and putting Unify in, and people are saying you're taking out a bad system and replacing it with a bad system, or like, why are you throwing all the gear away? The customer wanted it. It's not like I went there and we've already converted 2 of their job sites over. They love Unify. We threw out 5, or we didn't throw out, they still have the cameras, but we took down 5-axis PTZ cameras and replaced it with Unify. Not even PTZ, just Unify bullets. That's it. And they like it way better. Support. Here's the thing. I'm glad for end users, like people who come in the chat and stuff like that. It sucks that they don't have support, but for me, it's made a business model because Ubiquiti support. People reach out to me for work. Matt, good morning. How's it going? UID is great. I'm going to get more into UID soon. You have to design your Wi-Fi networks correctly. Yeah, it's odd that they're going Wi-Fi only. Where do you buy your RJ45 patch cables? I buy them from here. Let me just make sure I'm not logged in. Am I logged in? No. So I buy mine from Infinite Cables. They're out of Markham, Ontario. I don't know if they have any... Oh, you can. You might be able to ship them to US. Here, let me put them in the chat. So that's where I buy them. I get their 6-inch. Let's take a look here. I would use more vertical cable, patch cables, but it's very hard to find them. In Canada, anyway. I don't even know where they are. Where the heck are they? Like here's a couple of the thin ones. You could get them in all different colors. And then you could do up to 35 feet. Right, so they got blue, they got green, they got orange, which are probably also, oh, they're all in stock. Which reminds me, I need to buy more patch cables, and I'm going to do it today. So they're $2.35 Canadian each. I'm going from my port 24 to my port 8 switch in my garage with the Cat 6. Is it bad practice, or should I be buying a 1 gig? I am going from 24 port. No, that's fine. That's fine. No problem there. How do I get jobs? So I get all my jobs pretty well through YouTube and word of mouth. And my existing customers. Like the customer that I just did the video for, we have like 4 other sites to do for them. So that's going to be great. Yeah, you could use FS. I've never really used FS, so I don't have an opinion on them. The lack of product, I don't know. The lack of products has been fine in the US. You look at the Canadian store, we got nothing. We don't have Unify Talk. Look at, like, we have no Unify access. The US store is pretty full. Right? Like, we got pretty well every camera. These were in stock this morning. The Network Video Recorder Pro has been going, like, all last week was in stock. You have phones. You got all the phones. You got Connect. We don't have Connect here. I don't know about Unify Access. You got a Unify Access starter kit. Holy moly. You guys are doing well down there. We're doing brutal in Canada. It's so hard to get gear. I know what you mean, though. Like, product availability is been a big thing for a few years. It could have been for mobility, I guess. I don't know. Do they not have pink? No, they don't. Huh. I try to match them with the color of the jacks I'm going with, but sometimes there was a chip shortage, but then there was also like cable shortages too. So at the end of the day, like some job sites, I had to put in blue jacks and red patch leads, which actually didn't look that bad. I didn't mind it. Yeah, so 3.0 is probably going to come soon. I think I would I would imagine 2.5 is going to come this week. Word of mouth is the best kind of client. I agree. I do get a lot of intake or whatever you call it. Like YouTube, that's primarily 90% of where I get my clients from. Had to get to desktop to find the like, oh, no worries, no worries. I mean, if you can't hit the like button, it's all good, but we do have 88 people here and only 30 likes. Be nice to get that up to 100, even though there's not 100 people here. What happened to the Unify Connect display 7-inch? I'm not sure. I don't know. I can't talk about early access stuff, so yes, that's one thing. I do have one here, but anyway, Ubiquiti is sending me a bunch of stuff, or some things on Monday, I believe. They're sending me this, so that's cool. So we'll be doing a review on Unify Connect, the displays. I've already kind of touched on the other one. What else are they sending me? They're sending me this, the G5 Dome, because I don't have one. And they're sending me a couple things for door access that are not available yet. They're in EA, so that's going to be cool. I won't be able to talk about them at all, but it will be cool to test them out. I think I was trying to get some smart sensors as well and a few other things. We have a bit more than Canada in the EU, yes. I'm pretty sure Minneapolis is north of Toronto, and I still can't wrap my head of it. I don't know. Amazon doesn't have Unify Talk products in stock in Canada's store, but I see the ATA. So if anybody's selling ATAs or Unify Talk on Amazon, it's a reseller. It's not Ubiquiti doing it. Like Ubiquiti doesn't do Amazon anymore. I want a phone Touch Max, but I can't get them. Yes, you'll have to wait until they come to Canada. No, you're not doing too bad. You just need to look like every day, usually at 7 a.m. they come out with 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. They push out stock. And sometimes at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then random during the day. The Viewport's been in stock. I probably should grab. I don't know if they're in stock here, though. Where are they? Under accessories? Oh, they are in stock. I think the job that I'm going to be doing, I think they want one of those. I don't remember, though. We've gone back and forth with the quote so many different times. So at the beginning, we were going to put like 15 dome cameras in or something like that. And then it went down to like 6 AI and 4 domes. And so it's been a bit of back and forth. But the cable installer, I think, is installing the cable today, which is good. I didn't get that portion because I didn't really want to anyway. The whole place was like fully drywalled and it would have been a nightmare. Kevin, good morning. How's it going? Not sure how they display if you have a lot of cameras. Are you talking about for the Connect? The Connect, I had one of their early access Connects and I think it'll be all right. Andrew, good morning. How's it going? Yes, EA products may never reach, hence why you shouldn't be selling them. No, you should never be selling them. I can't sell any of the EA stuff that I have, but like the displays that I have, I might just give away to somebody, possibly. I have Unify Talk, but the thing with Unify Talk for Canada anyway, if you go with a subscription, you have to have like a address in the States to use their SIP service. So when I'm doing my videos, I'm just using an address that I have down in the States, and then I cut it off because for, you know, E911 regulations, like you need to be able to know where to go if anybody ever dials that. You can use it with a third-party SIP in Canada though, and then they handle the E911. Unified Talk does raw. I like it. I'm really liking the Grandstream stuff though too. Any experience with the embedded license plate detection on the AI Bullet? Other cameras in the lineup for this feature. So I did a video on the AI Bullet. Let me bring it up. License plate feature. Let's see here. AI Bullet. AI Bullet. I don't even know what I called it. License. Oh, here we go. So this is the video that I did on it. It's not bad. I mean, it has some work though. No, I'm not. I don't know. I usually get the customers to purchase the gear because I don't want to have to worry about getting stock, because I usually don't charge any money on hardware. If the customer like is having 50 AI bullets they need, or AI 360s or whatever, that's when I'm going to put like 10% on, just because it's taking my time. The majority of the time though, I get the customer to buy all the gear. The Connect display is for like digital signage. I think you could load some Android APIs into it though. We'll have to see. I should have it tomorrow. I'm very excited. It's been probably 6 months since Ubiquiti sent me something, and I'm really grateful for it. If it was available the same time on the US site, I would have just bought it myself. Like, I don't mind buying the product. It's just I'll reach out to Ubiquiti when it's stuff that I can't get. I used to use a freight forwarder to get stuff from US to Canada. They've totally stopped that now for the majority of people. So that sucks. so I can't get that, but either way, yeah, I'll be testing this out, and I hope it's good. I think it will be. I do like the white bezel a little bit better. Before they were black, but now they're white. Okay, I'll take a look after this live stream. So what else are we talking about today? WiFiMan Wizard, that video will be coming out. It'll probably be like a 5-minute video. I don't know a whole lot that I could talk about it. Netally. So I was talking last stream, and I mentioned it in Discord a little bit, that I was kind of looking for sponsors, I guess, in a way, just so that I could buy more tech and do different videos, but it would have been sponsors that I like and I've already done videos on before. So I reached out to Netally. I said, hey, would you want to buy some ad time? You know, me sponsor stuff, whatever. I've already done videos on their NXG, which let's go check it out, which was this, the Etherscope NXG. They sent me that to do a review on. I had to send it back. And they said, sure. So we had a meeting, and how we're going to do it, I think it's not going to be like a video, you know, I'm doing a unified talk video and then I'm placing a 30-second ad. I'm just going to do a video of the product and I get to keep the product. We're not going to be changing money. We're just going to be, they're going to give me this AirCheck G3 Pro, which is a Wi-Fi analyzer. So I'm very happy about that because I wanted to buy it anyway, and it's quite expensive. So that's kind of how our relationship's going to go, and I'll be telling that at the beginning of the video. I think that's a better way to do it because I know people don't like to see advertisements a lot, but I mean, it does take time and money for any YouTuber or whatever to be able to do these things. So this, we're going to do full Wi-Fi analysis. I'm going to have to do a bunch of videos on this because there's so much in the AirCheck G3 Pro, but I think it will be good. I think it'll be good for the channel and for people to see different technologies. The one thing this doesn't do is like Ethernet testing, but it's cool. I mean, I'll be super, I don't think it does Ethernet testing. I don't believe so, but I think they're sending me one other thing too. Which was it? So I already bought the Link Runner AT200 or 2000. I forget what it's called. You go back to wired. Here we go. Okay, so this is the one I bought. I bought this even before I kind of knew who Netally was. I bought this tester because it was priced right. It was about $1,500, maybe $2,000. And it seemed to do everything at the time that I wanted. It did 1 gig fiber, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I think they're going to maybe potentially send me this Link Runner G2, which is the newer version of it, which I'd be very thankful for because it is the new version of what I already have and does a lot more. So look out for those videos. It's going to take a couple weeks to get to me, but it's going to be cool. For Ubiquiti, you have to, so most companies, and not just Ubiquiti, you need to reach a certain sub threshold. When I first started with Ubiquiti, it was going back when I was at like 7,000 subs maybe. And I think, I don't know what I'm not going to mention their threshold, but that is, the reason they probably send me stuff is because I bugged them. Like, I'll send an email, and if I don't hear anything in like 4 days, I'll send another email, and then I'll send another email. And it's just because I can't get the gear in Canada. If I could, I wouldn't be emailing them at all. I'd just be buying it myself. I'm not sure what the hold time limit is. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to check. They did a redesign of Unify Connect. So if you're using EA Connects, it might be a little bit different now. Yeah, so my AP, my go-to AP is the U6 Pro. I did an optimization video not long ago. People were like, don't go with that AP. So at the beginning, if you saw, they had like this shorting out issue. I think Lawrence Systems posted a YouTube short on it, and he found another video from somebody else. But there was like some grounding issue when you were, or shorting out issue when you were using shielded cabling with the U6 Pros, and it was starting to spark. But I think they fixed that. Tim, good morning. How's it going? Practical IT with Jeremy. How's it going? Good morning. I just really want to put, I don't know if I'm going to do it, and I don't know if Chantel would let me anyway. I'd like to put this in my wall. But the only thing I would use it for is protect, most likely. Because like, I don't have a storefront for people to come in and look at digital displays. But I think it would be kind of cool to have in the wall, maybe in the kitchen. The only issue with that is when we go to sell this house, they're going to want us to patch the drywall. And I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. Please do a video on the Connect cast. I would like to see it. I already have. I've already done it. Connect cast. Here, I'll send you the link here. Oh, it was you, Jim. Was it you? Did Tom Lawrence? Tom did one too. So everybody go check out Jim the IT Guy's YouTube channel. There's great stuff. Maybe Tom referenced your video, because I know Tom didn't have, like, he wasn't working on that himself. But what does everybody think about Netally? Like, has anybody used their stuff before? So this is one thing that we're going to look at. Once I get enough money, we're going to look at this too. So Netally is good for doing like mid-sized business, I would say. Okay, so if we're talking about the WiFiMan Wizard, this is for like homes and small business, right? You just get some analysis and that's it. Link Runner is good for like mid-size, or not Link Runner, but Netally is good for like mid-size, doing Wi-Fi planning, capacity planning, stuff like that. And then Echowa, if you say, I probably screwed that up. This is good for pretty much everything in enterprise. The issue, I'll show you right now. And this is US dollars, right? So we're looking at a grand total of $12,000 US, and you have to buy a yearly subscription of $1,600. So unless you're doing this every day, one thing though, like if you're doing Wi-Fi heat map planning for people, you could charge like $4,000 a pop for them. And you know, it would take a day maybe to do that. So that is, you'd pay this off fairly quick. I just don't have, whoops, I might, it doesn't matter if you guys saw that, but you'd be able to pay that off fairly quick in like 3 different installs that you do. God, I need to shut things down. So Netally used to work for Fluke. So you could buy Fluke testers. Let's bring up Amazon here. And this time I'll try not to show my address. I need to start signing other things or going what do you call it? Whatever mode. So yes, Link Runner. You could look up the Link Runner AT2000. Some of them say Fluke on it. Yeah, right here. Right? So that's the exact same thing that I have, but it's green. Mine's green, right? Because they used to be a part of Fluke Networks, and then they kind of switched off them. Netally looks interesting. Pricing wise, it would be would need to be compared. So that thing that they're sending me, I think, is about, not this one, the, what was I doing? The wireless one. Crap. The air check, I think this is about 4,300 bucks US or 4,000 or something like that. So it's like $5,000. Oh, it does Wi-Fi 6E. Oh, sweet. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to really dig into this. So the air mapper software, I'm excited. I really wanted to keep this, the last one, the NXG, but that, I mean, that's asking a little much. These are about 14 or 10 grand too, 10 or 11 grand. Doing great. I should thank you for taking my time on Sundays. Oh no. So you do 12:30 and actually get burnt out or better turnout. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I've been doing Sunday streams for a long time. So when I first started YouTube, I was doing Thursdays, and then I realized, oh, Lawrence System does Thursdays. So I kind of switched. I tried doing I was doing Fridays and Sundays for a long time. Fridays at 1, Sundays at 3. And then what else? What else? Yeah, and then I tried doing Saturdays because I put a poll out on YouTube. People said Saturdays because Sundays, some people have church, things like that. The Saturdays always did awful. And anyway, we're still on Sundays. I like doing Sundays too. Why is there no option for Wi-Fi 6 on the Dream router? I have the 60 width enabled. There's Wi-Fi 6. The Dream router is built on Wi-Fi 6. They don't have Wi-Fi 6E. Pocket Spend just spent 4,300 plus tax on my new pack out. Wow. What do I have a Milwaukee drill. Oh, no worries. Learn Blue Iris. There's so many people here who do YouTube videos. Practical IT with Jeremy, who does Jim, Learn Blue Iris, Jason's Lab. I forget who else was here who does YouTube videos, but yeah, it's great. So I have NetSpot. NetSpot works all right. The thing you have to buy, like, I think NetSpot has their own, little sidekick thing now. I have the pro version of NetSpot, and I meant to do videos on it, but I'm probably moving away from NetSpot anyway. It's a little more. The UI is not as good as these other ones. I think they do buy a. I think you could buy something though. I think I have the enterprise. I don't know why I have the enterprise though, because it's just me as a user. But they had like this little sidekick pack. So what a lot of people will do, they'll just buy like a good USB Wi-Fi thingy, and then use NetSpot. Not that it's bad. NetSpot's okay, but these tools are more enterprise ready. But I mean, look at the price though. Like if you want a pro version or pro license, you're looking at 217 bucks, which is not that much money. I just got a UNVR and Toshiba drive from Ubiquiti. It's pretty noisy while operating is at normal. I've never had an HD. It probably is, depending on how loud it is. Like I don't have my NAS sitting, or not my NAS, my UNVR sitting beside me. When I did that last job, I could definitely hear the hard drive spinning. Yeah, I mean, NetSpot does the trick. There's nothing wrong with it. Just trying to find where the heck they had that thing. Get NetSpot Enterprise. I swear they had like a sidekick. Maybe they don't. I was pretty sure they did though. Weird. Features. There's so many different Wi-Fi survey programs out there though. Like we have Unified Design Center. Unified Design Center is good for planning. There are better tools, but it's free. Unified Design Center is free. You don't need to pay anything. But for site servers, you won't find anything better than Equa AI Sidekick. Yes. So that is what we're talking about. Gonna look at this one right here. Hamina, I am so bad at English, but I have one of their things brought up, and I definitely want to take a look at it. Why don't I see an option for 6 gigahertz band on my Dream router? Because there is no 6 gigahertz band on your Dream router. The only 6 gigahertz device they have out right now is the U6 Enterprise. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I swear I was looking at it, and it's like $300 for their tool. NetSpot. Let me just look on my side screen here. NetSpot. Sidekick. I don't know. They don't call it Sidekick, but I'm just trying to see. Whoops. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. But yeah, they had like some Sidekick type thing, and they may still have it. I just don't know where they find it. I got my hands on a Unified Smart PSU. Haven't opened it yet. Anything I should know? The PSU, Smart PSU. Are you talking about this guy right here? Where do they put it? I think they put it under Smart Power. It's not much really to know about it right now. It's just a smart PDU. That's it. They have other features coming soon. A couple of things that are lacking on it. I don't know if I said this in my video. These are all 1 gig interfaces. So if you're going to have WAN connections over 1 gig, this isn't going to do it for you, or you're going to have to just plug directly into your Dream Machine or whatever you're using. The reason why, I mean, it's PDU, it's great. That's why I would use it, but they're having the virtual router redundancy eventually, always coming soon. Requires multiple unified gateways. So you're going to have like an active passive with 2 different consoles. That's the best thing. But one thing that they're definitely missing out, so that's cool. If one of my UDMs die, great, it will fail over. But what if this dies? What if the power supply on this blows? You don't have a second PSU. So I'm hoping they come out with like a PDU Enterprise or something like that. They have a secondary PSU. They have a bunch of 10 gig connections. I think that will make it a lot better. And we'll see, maybe they will do that. Harry Uploads, good morning. Hey Cody, love your videos about Unify. Got a question about installing the UDM Pro and 24 switch in a fuse room. Can I stack them together on the MDF wood plate? Is that safe? Are you talking about like sticking it to the wall? I don't see why not. I think it'd be okay. I think it would be fine. I have a 6 terabyte HD in my UDM Pro. I believe the HD is not hot swappable. Turn your UDM Pro down first and then swap it. Because if you pop the hard drive out, it's going to shut down anyway. I have a 25U StarTech rack. And I'm still using it. StarTech. I have this, I think it's this one. Yes, I have that. That's what I'm currently using. Anyway, I don't know why I got that. I usually like wall mounts, but it's 25U, and I could put a full server in if I want. I'm going to a client's house, I think, next Saturday, and this is what they got. Because you could adjust it between 22 and 40 inches. You don't need to have it this long. It's a great rack. No, 6 terabytes isn't bad. No, not at all. Which pyramid are we talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, Jim. I don't know if that question's towards me. Yeah, I think you'd be okay on the wall. I mean, usually we put it in racks, but even when I put in racks, sometimes I pancake them on top of each other. It will get hotter, though, that way. I know you disable auto updates in your deployments. Do you have a video on how you handle the update process and how to roll back? Not really. You know, we just make sure that the updates are stable. Like I'll put in my lab first. I haven't actually had to roll back any of the updates that I pushed out. So for my customers, we'll push out updates at like 4 in the morning and then we'll just watch it. But I'll have a VPN into their network. So in case something happens, then I could at least VPN in. I did a video where I bought a 15U on Amazon. Really? Huh. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember that. Let me see. 15U. StarTech. It might have been the wall mount that I used to have. Maybe it was the wall mount? Oh yeah, it was this guy. I got rid of this. I don't have it anymore. I forget who I gave it to. I think I just gave it to somebody. This is what used to be in my cold cellar. think. So I started out with an 8U, then I went with this 15U, and it's okay. And then I went with the 25U on casters. Hammond Manufacturing sent me a rack. I forget what they sent me, but we're going to be using that at a job site coming up shortly. Removing the hard disk for SD on any of the Dream while running causes, yes, absolutely. I've done it a couple times and I'm an idiot. They are solid. I'm surprised how well solid these racks are. I buy these other, actually I wonder if Infinite Cable sells them. My distributor won't tell me where they get them from. No, they don't. Yeah, these aren't the ones I use. A lot of people ask me where I get my racks from. I get them in Canada. So it's, and I have no idea who the actual distributor is who makes them. I usually go with the recommendation of 8 terabytes, but I know there's a couple people who've done like 16. Oh, Techno Tim does Saturday afternoon. Does he do his on YouTube though, or Twitch? I think he does it on, yeah. Oh, gotcha. Makes sense. Makes sense. That's a lot of racks. I have one. I was thinking about making a lab one because the 25U is getting pretty full. And I kind of want to separate out like production from lab, and I don't know. It's not really, I mean, it's just in my house. I don't know when I'm going to do another video on the home rack setup. The problem is there were so many people who submitted. I don't remember which ones I did videos on. I think I have a folder somewhere. I would have to probably get people to resubmit. Bally, how's it going from France? The issue with those were there was quite a few people who complained that, oh, the only racks that I picked that one were the ones that looked the nicest. Well, yeah. And so then they were saying, what were they saying? What if we don't have the money to make our racks look this way? And at that point, I'm like, you know what? I just don't want to do this anymore. If I'm gonna do a giveaway, like I'll do rack submission videos, or you can submit your rack and then I'll tell you what I think about it. But I don't think I'd do a giveaway. I would probably just do like a normal Sunday live stream and roll a giveaway. I think that would be the best way to do it. I do my live streams around everyone else. Yeah, I have noticed that you go Sundays usually, don't you? It's hard because sometimes you just, you know, there's too many of us now that want to, or who are doing live streams. The rack that I use, these are the Norelco safe. Actually, you may have one if you're in BC. So NSI, it's just a no-name rack that they have. There we go. I wish they would tell me who makes it, because then I'd order a bunch. It's this guy right here. It's such a simple rack. It comes with the screw hole. Some people don't like that, but I hate cage nuts anyway. I usually use rack studs. It's solid, and it just works. I mean, I love this thing for small business, and tons of people ask me what it is. They're like $130 maybe. Oh, I want to show this picture. How can I show this picture? How can I show this picture? I think I did a picture in Discord. Maybe. I just don't want to show. I think this is crazy how much they charge for it. So this job that, okay, here we go. This job that I'm going to, oops. So I'm just doing the cabling, or not cabling, sorry. I'm just doing the network for it. This is there's another company who did the cabling and stuff like that. They're a great company. I've done work with them in the past, and they're fine. But what they charge for this, and I don't know if it was the general contractor who charged this, but I'm like, okay, we need a rack. Like, I'll supply a rack or whatever. But they're like, no, the general contractor will look after it. Like, all right, whatever. So for this rack, which is not a rack I would go with, and a backboard, they charge $1,600, which is mind blowing. Like, the backboard might be $100. I don't know how. Maybe it's $200. Backboards have gone up in price, especially if it's fire rated. This rack would be like $100, and to put it up would take like half an hour. Maybe I'm just not charging enough. I don't know, but that is insane to me. Yeah, the screw holes are good. Look up NSI. I think they are in BC, or you could get it shipped to you anyway. Rack Basics is actually Hammond Manufacturing. And I asked them, and they don't, it's not Hammond. I know the person who owns it. They come in here once in a while. I hope they release the in-wall Enterprise soon, because I have one, and I've been waiting for them to release it. Oh, you just put in Discord. Let me see. A couple people messaged me on Discord here. No, it's Unified Talk. I don't see it. Where'd you put it? Oh, Home Lab. Oh yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah. See, I wish I had like I think that's your crawl space, like attic space, right? You could actually stand up in yours. I can't. I just tried Synology Surveillance Station with the G4 Series camera. Finally got audio and cameras, but I have no idea. I've never pushed any camera to Ubiquiti camera to Surveillance Station. Didn't know Jim had a channel. Jim's had a channel for a while. Yeah. That's what I'm wondering. Like, it's super expensive for this. I don't know. I'm not going to tell the... I'm not going to mention anything. I mean, it is what it is. It's a little high up, though. So I sent them a rack design, because usually we do all the cabling and do everything, but this was already done. We kind of came in after. A person who I work with, they do the phones, and then I do the network, or I do phones as well. But anyway, so I sent these people a rack design, how I want it laid out. Like, I don't know if they're going with it, which will kind of suck, because I can't use... I won't be able to use 6-inch patch cables if they don't, so we'll have to see. It's just an odd rack. I hate these style racks. I don't like it when there's no bottom and there's no top. It just doesn't feel nearly as secure once you put all that weight in it. Nav point racks aren't bad, yep. No, Hammond's got a lot of... I like the Rack Basics, the ones that they've redesigned them a little bit. I have a 10 gig network with Cat6, and my camera segment, I'm using the 24 10 gig AI 10 gig. The issue I'm having is that I'm getting buffering. So turn on low latency mode in your UNVR. Go under settings. There's a low latency mode. Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I wish I had that much space. Usually this office is just filled with crap. Actually, it is right now. Good thing my camera, like you guys could only see up here. You'd see all the crap on my desk back there, but there's like phones and stuff all over here, cameras on the bottom. I've been running some Cat6, Cat6A cabling to my server in the garage with a lot of Velcro. Nice. Cody would be proud. Yep. Absolutely. What made me to not give up and throw the cables randomly? Yeah, it's hard sometimes, like especially when you're in those tight spaces and you're just getting frustrated. Yeah, running cable's not the best. Oh, did I? I think yeah, I did. Yeah, I think, are we friends on Facebook? I don't know. People send me Facebook requests all the time. If not, maybe you posted in the Ubiquiti forum. IKEA rack. Does the IKEA have network racks? I'm sure they do. Or you could build a rack. I remember one time we were talking about me building a network rack or something out of Lego. The only problem with that, I think it would get a little hot for the Lego, but I don't know. We'll think about it. I'll think about it, I mean. So another design tool. Hamnia? I don't know how to say it. Anyway, somebody sent me this, or in the Slack technology community group. Somebody was talking about this, and it looks like a wicked design tool. So this is for like doing, well, Wi-Fi design. It's really about, let's just look at it here. Wi-Fi design without weighting, accurate three-dimensional planning, reports that amaze. What else does it do? So it does your cabling. I think the Unified Design Center, you could do cabling in as well. Wi-Fi, 4G, 5G, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi 6E. Pretty much any, you know, floor plan design. But I think you could do, what the heck am I trying to think of? Capacity planning with this too, which really makes it interesting. Whereas like Unified Design Center, you can't do capacity planning. And capacity planning meaning the amount of clients that are going to be taking or hopping onto those APs. And this price really isn't that bad. So $390 for 6 months, or $780. Oh, that's the pro one. I don't know which one. What does this give you? Oh, okay. So if you want to support Wi-Fi 6E, you're going to have to buy the pro plan. But anyway, I think I'm going to give this a shot and test it out, play with it for a little while, and then we'll see. I'll probably do a video on it. We are, okay, so that's where I saw it then, yep. The lac rack. The lac rack. Let me look up that. The lac rack. Is that actually a Kia's? Oh, wow. What the heck? Is it just a table and people are screwing into it? That's funny. Here, let me, I'll grab a screenshot of it. Not a bad idea, to be honest with you. Besides it being wood, but whatever. Yeah, so they're just, so it's 19 inches across. That's perfect. That's so funny. I've never heard of that before. Probably not putting anything, but if it fell, at least it's not falling. I mean, it's a table. It's not falling that far. Yeah, well, Ubiquiti is a pretty closed ecosystem, so I don't know how much help you're going to get with that on Synology. Like, are you just sending the RTSP streams to it? Yeah, like, yeah, Unified Design Center isn't a true wireless, but for people who are doing their houses, they're not going to get somebody to do a actual scan, which, yeah, because who's going to pay somebody to scan their house? Nobody. They just want to have Wi-Fi and that's it. But if you're designing, you know, business networks, it's a little bit different. But yeah, this thing looks great. I think it looks awesome. I definitely want to give it a try. I just got to find some time. Which, do I have time? It's been, I can't believe, it's been so busy these last 2 weeks with like on-site jobs, which is good. But then it makes it a little harder to do anything else. It's a converted table. It's not exactly wood. Yeah, it's probably like plastic wood. Selling a new, they probably would. Darius, how's it going? Good morning or good evening. What else are we going to talk about today? What else? Let's see. Netally on-site jobs. So I do have some more on-site jobs coming up. With the last video that I did, we still have another campus or like building to convert. I think they have about 30 or 40 cameras at that one. So I'll be doing another video on that. We're not doing any cabling. It's like a rip down, replace, and that's it. And then they have another building in Toronto. One of their floors is getting remodeled and it's going to be a co-working space. So what we're doing for it, this is primarily all Wi-Fi. We're going to be putting in Unify Wi-Fi, obviously. I don't know what we're doing for the firewall. I think we are still doing like a UDMSE or something like that. But what they're going to be doing for like, because it's a co-working space, they want to kind of automate the majority of it. So they're using this thing called Nexodus. I've never used it before. I'm kind of, I don't know, it looks okay. It's just for all automation. So when somebody books a room, it's just going to create, you know, access control and stuff for them. They're going to be using Salto. I think Salto access control, which looks nice. I don't know anything about it either. We're not installing any of this stuff, but their readers and stuff look pretty cool. And then for Radius, so we're going to be like for Wi-Fi access, we'll be using, it'll be integrated through Nexodus, but they'll be using like Iron Wolf Radius because that's who integrates with Nexodus. So I've been trying to figure that out, seeing how it works. I think it's going to be a cool project to work on, and I will be able to film this as well. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to show like, you know, configs of their place, but I could show you like on a demo how I got Iron Wolf set up, and kind of how all of this is working, and I'll be able to film the on-site stuff. So I think it'll be fun. I think people will enjoy that. Why can't this free product do everything for 3K? Yes. Yep. I honestly really like the Unified Design Center. I think it's a great tool for free, but there's limitations to it. It would be awesome if they came out with something like a, you know, Echoa sidekick, right? I think that's what they're trying to do with the Wi-Fi Wizard, but I mean that it's really limited. But yeah, there will be a video on that soon. Were you able to film any of the on-site jobs for the future videos? Well, I just released one. So I get so excited about these. I do the on-site job. Like I think I was on site for like 14 hours. It was freezing cold, working outside all day. I couldn't film any of the cameras because I was running out of time. I could have went back the next day, but I'm like, oh, I don't want to drive an hour back to site. Let's just finish this today. And then when I got home, I edited the whole video. I was tired. But usually what I do when I go to these on-site jobs, I get so excited to release the video that I just don't sleep and then I release it right away. But there will be more coming up. I don't have any currently recorded. All right, have a good rest of your day, Frederick, and have a good trip. Sounds like you'll be having a fun day. What brands are those 6-inch patch cables? So I use, we were talking about this, was this it? I use Infinite cables. But you could find like Monoprice has 6-inch cables, vertical cable. It depends in the world where you live. Amazon is pretty much, it's easier to get the Monoprice ones because, you know, almost every part of the world has Amazon. Always sold out. It was just in stock. It was just in stock this morning. There was like 600 of them. I do like it. I really do like it. It's great. It depends. If you live in the US, it was in stock. In Canada, it is not. I can just envision with a network rack table, a family member knocking over a drink or frying everything. Yes, that would be brutal. What does the WiFiMan device do on Android for Android users using the Wi-Fi app? I can do everything on my Android app that, yeah, so this is more so geared towards iOS devices. But the Wi-Fi Wizard is faster at scanning than your Android phone. That's the only benefit to buy it for the Android. I do not have a backup generator. We don't really have many power outages. Yeah, people like seeing the on-site videos. I like doing them. It takes time. And then people are like, oh, why didn't you show this? Why didn't you show that? It's like, because like I'm literally trying to work. I'm trying to build someone's business here. And then what else did we do? So usually I have the 4K camera just stationary on a tripod, and people are like, okay, let's, I want to see a more point of view. So I ended up using my GoPro 7 for the last video, doing a point of view. Like, oh, it's not stable enough. It's shaky. Well, now we're going back to the 4K one on the tripod. It's easier, and I don't need to wear the stupid headset. I'm not sure when the display cast will come to the Europe stores. They're still not in Canada either. I use Bitwarden for my password manager. Oh, you're in France. Okay, so I'm not too sure when it would come there. I have no idea. No clue. No clue. What else am I going to talk about? Did anything else come ubiquity-wise? I don't think so. Unify Protect, UDMSE. I just reinstalled, so my AI bullet was off my house for a while, the G5 bullet. So I only had the G4 Pro at the front of my house because I did a video on the AI bullet was sitting on my tree so I could capture license plates. And then I took that down. And I just, for some reason, I just didn't get back on the ladder and put the cameras back up. But I put all my cameras back up, so now we have a ton of them around the house. Filming on site is difficult. You're being paid to do a job. It makes sense. So what happens when I do most of these jobs? We don't do it by the hour anyway. It's like per job price. and they don't care. Take 20 hours, right? They're paying the same price. But some other jobs are paid by the hour, so it's different. I purchased that's what you have to be careful. I purchased no price cable. So some have like aluminum or copper clad aluminum, which is very dangerous. It's a fire hazard. I don't even know why it's even able to be made. So I have in my basement right now, this is what I'm using for another on-site project that we could film. This. So at 10 boxes of Unify cable. I've never used it. They sent me a box. I think it was CMR, so riser cable. This was going back a while ago. And so anyway, and it's not bad. And it was cheaper than vertical cable and a couple other things, and they deliver it right to my house. So I bought 10 boxes of it, and that's going to be our next cabling job. And this will be, they have pan in the roof, so we might run the cable through the pan. If not, we'll just run some J hooks. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to do. It's pretty well a full Unify job. Besides the jacks, because Ubiquiti doesn't have data jacks, and the patch panels. We'll use vertical cable patch panels, vertical cable Cat6 jacks, Unify cable, and then Unify network for everything. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Hopefully it pulls out of the box all right, because I haven't done it in huge bundles like that with 10 boxes of it. What's the best Unify host for a home system? 3 to 4 access points. I would go with the UDM Pro or UDM SE. Like the Enterprise 24, I managed to get one from a local supplier for £80 more than the Unify. Oh, that's still not terrible. Yeah, they have been sold out for a very long time. The 24 PoE. That's the one I have in. That's the one I have in my house. I love it. Do you do much 10 gig or fiber installs? So not really. Like 10 gig or like Cat6A is really not in demand in Canada right now. I just got asked to quote a job for this huge warehouse that they're opening up for fiber runs. I don't know if they're going to go with Cat6A, but we're waiting. CCA should be banned. Yes, I agree with both of you. I don't know why they even sell it. It's weird. That's why you have to be very careful when you go on Amazon buying cable or wherever. I remember my uncle used to own a communication, telecommunication business. We went to, I think I might have told the story before. We went to this vet office. There was about 200 cable drops and the electricians were doing the cable. We were just going there to terminate the cable, put up a phone system, and I think that's pretty much it. And then we start stripping the cable back, and I'm like, this cable feels weird. It's really flexible. The electricians installed all stranded cable. I'm like, oh my God. Stranded cable, you could buy full 1,000 real boxes of it, but stranded cable is used for patch cable, not infrastructure cable. So we had to rip it all out and redo it with solid copper. I'm not having any issues. I updated my UDM SE not long ago. Thank you, I appreciate it. Oh, one other thing I just got, actually. Ooh. And people are like, how did it take you so long to get something like this? So I do a lot of cable jobs by myself. So I ended up buying the Pulling Pal. You can find them at, it says right here, pullingpal.com. But what happens, you attach this to the roof, and then if you have to do like 90-degree bends, you could just put the cable through that. So you could just have, I have 2 of them, but you could buy like 10 of them. And then, really, you only need one person to pull a cable. Yeah, they haven't had those switches in... Oh, the USW Pro, those are decently... Like, we could get those quite easy. Yep, cheaper to produce, for sure. That would be awful. That would be terrible. But yeah, it was funny when we went to that job site. It was just, they needed it done like right away. So we got in there and then they had to redo all the cabling, which was terrible. That's why I use trusted brands like Ubiquiti. I mean, I don't even know who they use to produce their cable, but I'll use vertical cable. Belden is good. It's expensive. What? Belden had this one tool. Belden. what the heck was it called? Belden Rev Connect? We're using this in the data centers. Oh, crap. Oh. And it was an interesting system. Very expensive. It was pretty interesting. Oh, they're not going to show pictures of it. Darn it. Let's see. Can I find pictures of it? So anyway, essentially what the Rev Connect would do, you could either have it keystone or you could take the keystone off and then it's an RJ45 end, which was really cool, but it was so expensive to buy it. Anything Belden is going to be very expensive, especially if you certify it. Your head tech Chaw installed pulleys also. Oh, nice. Nice. True Cable. It was true. Hold on a second. True Cable. True Cable, I don't know if I... So True Cable ended up sending me out their... True Cable. Tool. I didn't like it, so I didn't do a video on it. Not their crimping tool. Well, it was their keystone crimper. This. Yeah, I didn't like this. They're easy... Yeah, it just didn't work nearly as well. I didn't like their jacks. The quality of their jacks didn't feel as good as vertical cable. Like everybody already knows I use the vertical cable eye punch tool. This thing feels quality build, and it is. And their jacks are still plastic. I know people in the EU, they probably... I think you guys use more shielded cabling, but you can get a eye punch tool that does shielded cables as well. It's great. Works amazing. Installing while listening to the stream. I always thought about doing a live stream, and I did a live stream when I was doing a video. I think I was doing redoing my network rack, and I ended up doing a live stream while doing it. It was interesting. I thought about doing a live stream when I'm on site, but I think that would be too, it would be too difficult. Yeah, so Cat 5e, it all depends. Like copper went up quite a bit. I was getting quotes for Cat 6 plenum at like $300, $275. And I just got quotes not long ago and they're like $410. What are we talking? 350 for what? Cable, maybe? If you're, so it would be 1,000 feet. 1,000 feet. Yeah, the vertical cable is really good. It just saves you a lot of time. I think it's like $50 US, maybe. You like true cable? I mean, use what you like. I just didn't feel, I like vertical. I've been using vertical cable for so long that it just works for me. Yeah. Do you like pass-through connectors? I don't use pass-through that often anymore. If I do, I use, what do I use? What do I use? Cap 45. Forget what the brand is. Cap 45. Who the heck? Oh, it's Simply 45. So if I do pass through, I'll be using the Simply 45 with their crimping tool because it crimps a little bit different. But what you could see here, they put this cap on the end so that the ends, the copper doesn't get any moisture on it and then blow the PoE port. I've seen that quite a bit where people will do pass-through connections outside on cameras and it will blow the camera ports. So you got to be careful. Take a look at Everest Media Solutions Keystone Jacks. Let me take a look. Everest Media Solutions. Oops. Oops. Keystone Jacks. Oh, yeah. They all, most vendors look pretty much the exact same. Oh, I can't zoom up on those. Yeah, they don't look bad. And you could get them pretty well every color. I just like the, actually their tool looks exactly the same as True Cable. I wonder if it's just a True Cable rebrand, like it's a OEM product or something like that. It might be, who knows. What do you think about the Unify patch cable? Patch panel, you mean? It's not bad. I think you're probably talking... Oh, the patch cable. If you're talking about the they do have patch cables. My bad. Let me see. You said patch cable, right? I don't mind the patch cable. I think what it does well... I don't usually use it in... Like, I wouldn't use it in a rack. But usually when you're running cables for access points, you still terminate your cable onto a jack, like a keystone jack, and then you put it in a single gang box. Like single gang keystone. Whoops. Box. Like something like this you would put it in. I mean, yeah, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Just a box. You put your cable in, you put your keystone, and then from this box you would put the patch cable too. And that's where I think this works well, because you could bend the boot into the access point port. And I really like them. I think they're great, but I don't put them in my rack. The reason, say you say 0.1 meter. What is meter to inch? Meter to inch. So if we go 0.1, oh wait. It says that it's 3. No, that can't be right. 3.93. That's what it says, 3.93 inches. So I use 6-inch patch cables, but these are longer than 6 inches. I think what the 0.1 meter is this right here, from this to that, and they don't include the boot, which I have no idea why they do that, because that throws off your rack and how you're going to do that. They do that with their DAC cables as well. So if you look at their DAC, I don't think they have the white one in this in the States. Let me bring this up. So what I usually use for my DAC cable is did I not show that there? Is this one right here. So this one is truly 0.5 meters for it. That's a 0.5 meter. But if you look at this one, it says 0.5 meter, this black cable, but it's not. It's longer. 0.5 meter is from this, from SAP to SAP, and then they don't count the SAP, so it's longer. Like it's not actually 0.5 meter. And I told them they need to change that on their website, because this is going to throw people off when they're doing their rack design. Excel branded cable and keystone. Huh, interesting. Yeah, so even if it's 4 inches, it's still a lot longer. Like they're just doing it the actual cable length without the boot on it, which makes no sense to me. Like what they should be doing, they should be measuring from this end to that end and then putting the measurement on the site. Because one time these cables were sold out, so I ended up getting this one, expecting it to be the same length, and it wasn't, and it just made it look a little nastier than I was hoping for. I'm terrible at converting. That's why I just use Google to do it for me. 1 inch to centimeters or meters or whatever. Does anybody know where I can find a G4 instant power cable? It's a right angled, maybe on Amazon? Well, we'd be using DAC between our switches and our UDM and stuff like that. But the one thing about the Unify patch panels that I don't like, well, whoops, that's their apparel. And I hope they kind of come out with another version of this. I do like their patch panel because it matches the color. Right? The labeling, I don't really care if it says 1 to 24, whatever. We'll relabel it anyway. But the part that I don't like about this is they don't have any tension bar at the back so that I could rest the cables on, because it could just like pull down the cables. So it would be nice if they could somehow figure out how to put a bar at the back of this. I think it would make it a lot better. I would pay $35 for that patch panel if it had a bar. Oh, you mean measuring? Oh, gotcha. Well, I'm going to stay on here another 5 or 10 minutes, so ask your questions. We have been going for an hour and 14 minutes. Holy moly. Going a lot longer than we usually do, or like 15 minutes more. This week, videos will be definitely the WiFiMan Wizard. Maybe I'll have that out tomorrow. I do have a fairly busy day. What else do I want to get out? I have a grand stream. I know a lot of people don't watch the grand stream videos, but I have another grand stream 6301. So we're going to do a high availability video on that. I don't know if that will be out this week. We have the Connect cast that's coming out, the G5 Dome. I got to do a video on that. If they release Unify OS 2.5 for the UDM Pro, I'll end up doing a video on that as well. And then maybe some of these other cable testers. Once I get my Etherscope, I'm going to be, not Etherscope, AirCheck G3 Pro. I'll be testing with it. I'll be bringing it to site. I'll be, doing all that. And then I'll be doing a bunch of videos on this. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to test that out because it has a ton of troubleshooting things built right into it. Patch panel SE with a tension bar and LCM. Yes, that would be funny. Yeah, I like that. I do like their patch panel, but I also like the vertical cable. This is one I usually use. Keystone. Is that it there? Let me just bring this over here. I don't know if I'm signed in or not. That's the one I usually use right here. I mean, you don't need the cable tension bar. You could pop that out. They just, like when they ship it to you, it just comes in a box and it's 2 pieces. You pop it in and it, then you have your cable tension bar. And it also makes it easier to dress in your cables because you have one little slot here for each cable, which is nice. I don't know about that. I don't know if they'll do it quickly, like license plate recognition to like an XL. I think hopefully they'll put more reporting on that. I haven't heard anything else on it though. What do you think about the Ubiquiti G4 door cam? I like both of them, the standard and the pro. I think they're both great. It is in early access, but hopefully they release it to the general public. I forget what it brings. What does 2.5 bring? 2.5, let's see. Darn it. I forget what I called this video. It's probably like huge Unify update. Let's see. 6.5. 6.5. What the heck is that? No. OS? Unify OS. I forget what it brings. I think does it do load balancing? Because 3.0 brings, I'm just looking through my old video here. 3.0 brings more of the system logs, security insights, system log in the Unify network and Unify OS. VPNs, I don't even know. I'll have to watch my video again. There's a bunch of stuff that it brings. And 2.5, I think, might bring wired speed. Oh, that's probably it. That's probably what the video is called. Unify wired speed limits. Oh, I did a full video on that. So they do traffic routes and then, yeah, speed limiting. I think they brought load balancing. There's a couple other things, yeah. A lot of people wanted the load balancing. I rarely use it in jobs. Most people just want failover and that's it. But it's good to have. I mean, it's going to be nice when the UDM Pros are on the same level as the UDM SEs. So every time a new update comes out, it doesn't matter. You just push the update to all of them and that's it. All right, 2 more minutes. Get your questions in, and then we're gonna, I'm gonna look into a bunch of this stuff. Nexus, boop. I don't think I had anything else to talk about today. I don't know. No, I'm trying to look around my office to see if I have any new gear, and I don't really have too much more. It's for outgoing. Oh, it depends. Like if you have stuff incoming, you could specify. Like if you did port forwarding, which you probably shouldn't, you could say to come down WAN 2 or WAN 1, whichever. I might make different videos on like traffic management and stuff like that. I already have done it. But I think traffic management is a great tool, especially if you don't understand firewall rules too much. Traffic management just makes it easy because they really are just firewall rules, but they're just seen in the traffic management. So if you make a traffic management rule, you won't see it in the list of firewall rules. You received a couple OCD panels when they were in EA. The openings are too small for power cables. They did widen it. Yep. So the new, I haven't tried one yet, but people did tell me that the brush panel or whatever one, you're able to pass through power cords to it now. I'm surprised that didn't even, like, quality testing, they didn't test that, like, to push a power cord through it, which is a shock to me. Maybe they just thought people were going to put, Cat 6 cables through it, and that was it. The majority of people who are wanting to do that, they're using power cables through it. Steve, have a good rest of your day. So if you extend an outdoor cable with the pass-through, well, so the pass-throughs, the only problem with the pass-throughs, like I said, like if you have the cable, these ones come with caps, right? They have that black cap covering your conductors. With normal pass-through, they cut off, they don't have a cap, and then your copper conductors are exposed. So if they get a bit of moisture on it, it will blow the port because it's power and water don't really mix. So I usually, 99% of the time, I don't use pass-through. I just use your standard RJ45, and that's it, and crimp it. Pass-through are easy for when you're learning how to terminate cables, RJ45. Because what you want to do, you want to have it like this. See how they have their boot like way up into it, or the cable into it. You don't want to have your conductors. Let me just pull up a picture. RJ45 add termination. Conductors exposed. I'm just trying to like, okay. Well, that's not an RJ45 end. Okay. So something like this. This is what you don't want to do. See how your sheathing or your cable jacket is not right into the RJ45 end? You want to make sure that's right in. And when you're new to terminating cables, like especially RJ45 ends, this part is really tricky for people. So what the pass-through allows you to do, it allows you to pass it through the RJ45 end and then get this tighter in. Because a lot of people aren't great at knowing the correct length to cut off the conductors at to be able to get the jacket right into the connector. I do have a Connect display video already, or not the display, sorry, the Connect display, they're sending to me tomorrow. I should have it tomorrow, and then I'm going to have to, test it, and then we'll do a video on it. I do. So I charge $200 an hour Canadian, and you can find my website at mactelecomnetworks.com. You could hit the hire us button, which is fine, or, just fill in your information. You could click contact. It does the same thing. It just goes to my email address, and then we just book an hour session. First hour, I always get paid up front, then we'll book something. I really want to redesign this website. So if right now, like GrandStream, if I click on GrandStream, it goes nowhere. It goes to this, but I don't have a GrandStream section. This Unify security camera, this is so old. I don't know. I'm not a website designer, so I don't know how to make this any better. Like even these videos that I have embedded here, they're old. They're super old. Like I have a Beacon HD video for some reason under Wi-Fi. I guess I could switch those out to be newer videos. With load bars. Electricians do that quite often, and I feel, there are a lot of electricians who do things right, and then there's electricians who, like, they just don't know how data communications work. I've seen some very terrible installs. They pull the cable right, but when they're terminating, we have to re-terminate it all, which is a shame. The problem with in the States, you have to be certified, like you have to be licensed to be able to run low voltage. In Canada and Ontario anyway, we don't need to be. And with that too, it brings a lot of communication contractors out who don't really know what they're doing. They're just trying to make some easy money. Oh, I could run a cable from here to here and that's it. And it just looks terrible. But at one point I was thinking about trying to get a patch cable with Mac Telecom Networks branded on it. People told me not to do that because if there's other vendors using my patch cables and then installing them, then my name is all over everything. So if it looks terrible, and my name's still branded on the side of it. Anyway, yes, I am out of here too. We have been going a very long time. Thank you all for coming by. Watch out for the WiFiMan video, and then watch out for other videos this week. Thank you all for coming by. I really do appreciate it. We will be live again. So not all electricians. Some do it differently, right? Some do it properly. It all depends on if you've worked with communication cable long enough. Anyway, everybody have a good rest of your